What's up everyone, it's Dusty Gogoat. Welcome back to my headcanon. Today I am joined by Johto Jonny. We're going to be covering 3 rumors about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We cover a range of topics, including regional forms, the battle gimmicks, and even the legendary Pokemon for these games. Enjoy the video. What's up everyone, it's Dusty Gogoat. Welcome back to my headcanon. Today I have with me my good friend and world's best Pokemon trailer analyst, Johto Jonny. What's up man, how you doing?
I'm all right, Dusty. So nice to be here with you on a video chat. We don't really do the video chats much. We usually do over just voices.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see your face. Since the last time we spoke or recorded together, there's been a new game announced. Everyone knows it. Everyone's been talking about it. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I think based on what we had known before, this was quite a surprise, but I think a happy surprise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people, I saw some other reactions for it, and a lot of people were like, oh, wow, this Legends DLC looks really cool. I'm sitting here like, wow. I actually figured from the first shot of gameplay that it was actually a new generation and not Legends, so.
100%. I'm just glad it wasn't Detective Pikachu.
We all thought it was for at least 30 seconds.
There's a plethora of new topics to discuss today. I thought it'd be fun because I have you on my channel to kind of bring you into my world of rumors, leaks, and speculation. Funny enough, today I woke up and on my Twitter feed there was this thing that surfaced from 4chan. It's since been confirmed fake. Essentially, this render of a new Pokemon. Apparently, it's supposed to evolve from a Pokemon called Torchbean. And it's a Scarlet exclusive. Again, I don't think this is not real. This is not real, but I thought it was worth mentioning. It's always fun to see what this new game could look like. And there's even a 3D render of Fuecoco.
Yeah, I see that. That's one of the things that looks the funniest to me because it doesn't look like it fits the new art style that we've seen in the trailer so far.
Yeah.
Which is really, really funny. But also, what was that name? You said Torchbean? Yo.
Is that what it is? Torchbean.
Okay, whoever made this fake leak, A1 name, because that is so funny.
Torchbean.
Yeah, that's cute. I like it. If that was the actual name of the Pokemon, I'd be so down.
I think Fuecoco looks like he has these like gimpy little legs.
Yeah, they look kind of funny, right? I think it's part of what. But what's interesting is that they like took the time to design the back of him pretty confidently there.
Yeah.
The shading is also off, like the shadow's in a weird spot for that compared to the rest of the body.
It looks like the shadow's on top of the body.
Yeah, it looks like it's on top of the body, but like behind the top of the head.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. But what a cool Pokemon. What would this be like? What is it? Torchbeam. Would this be like Fire Steel type? It looks like Fire Dark. Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like definitely Steel type for sure.
Yeah. What do you think the inspiration of this could be? I mean, obviously a scorpion, but maybe like a lamp. Like it looks like a lamp, maybe, like a genie.
Or
could that be it?
Yes, yeah. Like what do you call those things that you keep the genies in?
A lamp.
Is it just a lamp? Is it just
I think it's a lamp.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like that sort of texture on it, and then like the arms coming out of it. It takes the shape of a scorpion, but maybe it's like a genie, like a scorpion genie Pokemon.
Maybe it's a ghost type.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
You know, it does show a little bit of the battle UI. I'm trying to think. This is I can't even think of what the Sword and Shield battle menu looks like off the top of my head.
It was kind of like this, but instead of it being like diamond shapes, it was round, and then it was stacked all 4 on top of each other. It wasn't. Okay. It wasn't spread out in this like diamond shape.
Sure.
So, and then the life obviously was not set up like this. Looks like the Legends kind of style, where you have the green on top of the Pokemon.
But I really liked in Legends Arceus how you could switch between choosing a Pokemon or choosing a Pokeball.
Yeah, choosing all your any of your items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that because that was consistent with what it would be like in the overworld, but you still had that option to like go into your bag and then, you know, select the Pokeball from an item menu as well. I remember when Sword and Shield, before that had come out, there was another bug. There was another dragon bug type that was supposed to be in some sort of cave, and I actually believed that one for quite a bit. It did come out that it was just, just a fake mon artist. But
I do have one more thing to say about the UI before we move on.
Sure. If you're enjoying the video, hit the like button. And if you want to see me collaborate with more of your favorite Pokemon YouTubers, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single video.
I hope that they use the, wide array of color that they've been using in all the other shots. I hope that translates to the UI too, because you know how Pokemon Legends introduced the Japanese aesthetic to the UI. I'm hoping that this one does the same thing with its vibrant coloring and the use of that sort of thing. Like maybe have the UI look like stained glass and have that stained glass be kind of transparent.
I like that.
Just wanted to throw that in there.
yeah, they have done that. Like I think even the first time I really noticed that the UI was like a piece of the art design was in Sun and Moon. I remember, I think like the backsplash, like the frame of the life bar was, I think it was just like a messy scribble or something or paint.
I don't remember. Wow.
Yeah.
I really don't remember.
No, but it's like you look at it just as much as you look, more so than your favorite Pokemon.
Oh, you're talking about on the bottom screen, like when you're selecting the. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyways, but we also have what I wanted to talk about. I started my channel looking at these 4chan posts that are essentially just fan expectations, wish lists, you could say. Every once in a while, they're literal leaks. People do have insider information, and they go to 4chan. Before we had Riddler Coup in our life, 4chan was the place for actual leaked information. I still think they're fun ways of, starting a dialogue.
Yeah, for sure.
So this first one that we got with this green text, no gyms in full caps. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think it was refreshing. I think it was like really refreshing for the games that don't have gyms to not have gyms, but there's something not even nostalgic, but it's just like a really good foundation for the Pokemon game. And I don't think they need to necessarily. Well, what do you think? I got some thoughts, but
so I think that for a game like this, which is like breaking new grounds for the series, it actually might be nice to try introducing elements from the old formula and introducing them into this new formula, essentially, because we didn't do that with Pokemon Legends, right? Pokemon Legends really just showed us like this is what the gameplay can be like now.
Yeah.
And here's like a very different take on it that utilizes these new gameplay mechanics and this new overall style that we're doing. And so with this, it seems to be, at least with like the first few shots that they showed, it seemed to really copy their shots of Sword and Shield that they showed to us.
Sure.
So what they were doing maybe was possibly telling us silently with the trailer that they're going to be trying to introduce old elements, but in this new style. And I am kind of hoping for that because, after 25 years of playing the same game over and over again, and then finally getting a break with that with Legends, I am interested to see them take that same game we played for 25 years and translating that into the open world that this is going to be with the seamless gameplay of Legends and with the better battle mechanics and better pacing of the Legends style. So I do want to see gyms. I think we will see gyms, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that their visual of showing us what looked to be the Pokemon League was very clearly telling us like, yeah, this is going to be everything that you knew, but brought into the modern day for our new style that we're doing.
Yeah, I think for a game, I mean, it seems like they really are trying to like do a real reboot, right? And if you're gonna do a reboot, and if you want to, I guess advance the series, you also have to have these like footholds in what's familiar. And I think gyms. So the way I think my ideal game would be a Pokemon game where there were not just 8 gyms, but maybe 10 or 12 or 16 gyms, and you could only go to 8 of them, and then maybe the trainers from them, the ones that you don't battle, to gain access to the league are maybe like, they still exist in the universe, and you can find them later in the game. This is something that was like highly theorized based on some, I think it was like a mistranslation during the run up of Sword and Shield, but I always thought that would be such a cool idea, and that's kind of what we see in the anime, where it's like, in the early anime, there's a scene where Gary shows Ash 10 gym badges that he has, not just 8, and like half of them or 5 of them aren't even like from the video games. So I think this is something that would be like a fun callback. I also think that would really tie into the exploration, where it's like wherever, like if it's an open world game, wherever you go on the map, like you can choose your own path, right? You can choose which gyms you want to fight in whatever order, and maybe it scales up as you go.
Yeah, so essentially what it was there was, I think in both the anime and Sword and Shield, they made clear that there was a minor league and a major league.
Yeah.
And in Sword and Shield, they talked about the minor league, but we never saw it.
Yeah.
So I would love, especially for an open world game like this, I think it is better to sprinkle more progression marks throughout, because that's what they do with things like Breath of the Wild and Legends and The Witcher and all these other open world games. You have things that are just sprinkled, like tests and challenges that are like obviously like boss fights or mini boss fights of sorts. So with Breath of the Wild, you got the mini bosses in the overworld, you have the big dungeons, but you also have all the shrines, which are sprinkled everywhere. And that is what the formula was before, was dungeons, right? And before you'd have like 8 or 9 dungeons in a Zelda game. Now in Breath of the Wild, you have over 100 and I think 120 plus 4 main dungeons that are much bigger and grander. And then they kind of followed suit in Legends, where you had alpha Pokemon kind of acted as mini bosses throughout the map. And then you had the 5 or more, there was more, landmark Pokemon that you had to beat that were actual boss battles where you had to like dodge in a whole sequence, like Cleavor and everyone that was subsequent.
Speaking of alpha Pokemon, do you think that's a feature that's going to return in Scarlet and Violet? I honestly liked the alpha Pokemon, right? And they could even take it a step further, where there's like super small Pokemon. Maybe they're not alphas, but I don't know. I love that the whole feature.
Well, yeah, I do hope that they keep like size variations and all that in, and that they properly scale the Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah.
As for alpha Pokemon themselves, the really big, really strong ones, I feel like it's such a clever concept that they shouldn't get rid of it and keep that sprinkled in as like the mini bosses. And I'm hoping that what I was gonna say with the comparisons to Breath of the Wild is that Legends was missing that like shrine aspect to the game. I guess maybe you could say that catching the Pokemon in general was the shrine aspect by comparison to Breath of the Wild. But here it could be that the mini bosses are alpha Pokemon still. But then again, you're gonna have trainers, so maybe that wouldn't make much sense.
That's true. That is true. I think also, like, I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but like, I do think they're gonna wanna. I would think that they would want to keep Legends as its own thing and have certain features that are distinct for that game, right? If you play a Legends game, there's going to be alpha Pokemon. And the thing is like, I mean, again, we can go into the whole thing later, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that actually alpha Pokemon might stay a Legends thing, but let's say it doesn't, right? Let's say we could have alpha Pokemon in the, open world just like we do in Legends. And then maybe, so those could count as mini bosses. And then on top of that, you could have the trainers. Maybe some trainers have alpha Pokemon of their own. So those trainers will also be mini bosses of sorts that are more of a challenge than the other trainers that also kind of function as mini bosses. And then on top of that, to replace maybe the shrine element a little bit better than Legends did, would be to have the minor league, and then the major league would be the big events, obviously. So I'm also hoping that the major league Pokemon gym battles are similar to Sword and Shield, because it would be so nice to have that atmosphere of like this huge sport event, but in a game that is better made and also is in a fully open world game, obviously. So that would be super duper cool. And then the minor league, which hopefully will be in this game, could provide us with some more challenges sprinkled throughout. But yeah,
I like the idea of the outdoor stadiums. I mean, this is based, this region's based on Spain, but in America we have baseball fields, soccer fields, football fields, all that stuff's outside. And I don't know. Again, this isn't, I don't know if that stuff exists over in Spain, but I like the idea of just being like, look, there's a field right there. Let's go battle right there. Anyways,
I feel like there is like a big sports culture in Spain too. I want to say, gosh, I'm probably going to sound so dumb saying this because I know nothing about sports, but I want to say it's football, aka soccer, to
Yeah.
us here in America.
True.
So
I guess I've heard that as well. So the next line of text here, it says that the main city is where you will always come back to. This is similar to Legends Arceus, but as a real open world. So I guess when I'm interpreting that, I mean, again, I don't think this is real, but I think it'd be disappointing if it was actually like a open. What was the term? Not open. I think this game is going to be open world. So maybe there's a hub that you have to continue to go back to.
Right, but the hub would be seamless. They're saying it would be seamlessly woven in anyways. So I actually don't think this is the case personally.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It could seem plausible when you look at that trailer and they've only shown us the one Barcelona-like city.
Yeah.
And it is so big, right? You would assume it's a hub of sorts. But when you look at the descriptions from the Pokemon Company on the website and by Nintendo, it seems like they do mention, that the cities and nature blend naturally among the landscape.
Yeah.
And I think it would seem a little off for them to blend that in with the landscape so well and then have like one centralized hub town. That's just, I don't know. Like, I don't think there's an open world game I've played that has had that. And I think it's by good reason that we don't have that, because by design, that would be weird to have this huge sprawling open world and always have to go back to one spot of it.
That made sense in Legends because the setting of the game was this inhospitable place, right? Where like there was only one Pokemon Center or your bed, right? So and in this game we've seen multiple Pokemon Centers, which funny enough, people said that they look like gas stations. I saw some fan art. Someone drew up what they thought like a Nurse Joy who's a car mechanic. I thought that was really fun. I don't think that's going to be real. I think we'll be able to. It like stops progression. But
yes, exactly. Yeah. I think that's what it is, because when you have an open world, right, the key ingredient is exploration. That's what you want to keep the player going with, is exploration. Like, what's the next thing around the corner? So if you're saying like, oh, what's the next thing around the corner, or should I go back to town, or should I go back to that one city that's very far away when there's another town right next to me? That doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. Like, there's going to be other towns, right? So I assume those other towns will be just as much hubs. So
yeah. So it says the big building, which is in the post. I'll show a photo of what we're looking at. It says the big building, the Sagrada Senpaia. How was that? It's actually. I think
that was better than what I would have done.
The big building is actually a school. And earlier it says there's no gyms. So this to me just reads as like someone saying, "Oh, it's this game's gonna have the same type of structure as Sun and Moon." I don't really. We talked about the gyms already, but I don't know. I could see it maybe, but I don't know. I think I really I'm craving like a classic Pokemon experience. Just something like not classic in the sense of like not open world, not innovative, but I like the gyms. Yeah, I want to be like a master. I want to be a Pokemon master, not a student.
Yeah, and I mean, I hope that like there's a school in there somewhere. Sure, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
your main character does dress up like he's in a school outfit, or she
that is true. That actually is very true. So maybe you are a student, and then you get your Pokemon, and then like.
Right.
You graduate or something.
Yeah. And we know customization is going to be in the game. We've seen customization shop, and I think it's been mentioned somewhere else. Yeah. But the thing is with that is that if you start as a school student, that makes a little more sense. And maybe that's what the attire is more like there in Spain, specifically around wherever the main character is located at the beginning.
In New England, there are a lot of like Catholic schools where there is a dress code and you have to everyone looks the same.
And I think Spain has a very, very, very high
that's what I'm thinking,
population of religion and
of like Christianity
specifically
or Catholicism
in specific. Yes, which is Christianity, but yeah.
Anyways, so it says going off of the school, it says the main teacher acts as a Pokemon professor. Okay, that actually, that could line up actually. It says some classmates are the rivals, similar to Kalos friends. So we might have like a whole, there was I think three. Yeah, I think there were three rivals in the Kalos games. They were all like best buddies, and each of them was like its own archetype. Okay, so it says open world. You can go outside the city to explore everything. That's obvious. That's not even like an insight. The teacher gives you main quest as homework. Once you end one, you go back to school. All right, what do you think about this, Johto Jonny?
Where did you find this?
This is on 4chan. Yeah, this is on 4chan. The teacher gives you main quests as homework. What the heck?
Yeah, no. I can see that they're like trying their best to see like what could the Pokemon Company do to branch out like they did in Pokemon Legends. But I really don't think that's what they're doing here. I think they're branching out gameplay-wise, but they're about to go back to the familiar structure and bring that into the new gameplay, the new bold step in gameplay. And that's their way of like transitioning everyone fully into this new gameplay will be by using this old setup or structure that we've always had, but bringing it into this open world environment with the seamless stuff that we got in Legends. And then maybe the next game is where they're actually going to experiment more. I don't think they're going to experiment that much with this when it comes to the structure.
Yeah, I agree. So the next one's about the main quests. They advance, face the next final test. The final tests are the ones that act as gyms and trials in this game. There are other cities and towns, and you can visit them whenever you want, but the events won't activate until the teacher gives you the quest for that city or town. See, this just seems so, like, regressive. This is not open world, right? Like, if you have to unlock things, that just doesn't make sense to me. The main villain is from the school. Oh, did you want to say something?
No.
Yeah, so the main villain, it says, is from the school. This sounds like an anime. Like, I don't watch a lot of anime. If you watch anime, let me know in the comments, but, like this sounds like an anime trope, doesn't it? Like, it's the classic school, everyone's got I don't know, there's, like, rivals in the school. There's, like, a sports team. I don't know.
Hey, that's fun, though. If they make it play like an anime, I'm down.
Yeah. No, for sure. It just, I'm thinking of, like, the 4th season of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I didn't watch, but I remember seeing being like, I don't know, this isn't like what happened to Battle Tower or the Battle City. They were like in school all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I just like unraveled like a memory. So the main.
I'm so sorry you had to bring up your Yu-Gi-Oh memories in a Pokemon video.
The legendary plot is introduced at the end of the main story, and it connects to the main villain. Well, yeah, I'll finish running through this. I do have a question for you. But at the end of the plot, you graduate from school. Graduates can access the region's Pokemon League. Main plot ends once you're the champion, as always. Yeah, so this is actually, like, it pretty much just follows this very strict plot line of, like, you're just going through school. But I wanted to ask you this. I thought it was a joke. Day one, I recorded a bunch of videos day one, like when we found out about this game, and then like that day or that night and the day after and all last week, people went nuts with the speculation about the orange and grape legendaries. I thought this was going to be a joke and a meme, but there's a lot of evidence.
Yeah, I think they will be. They may not necessarily resemble an orange and a grape, right? Or never, or per se have those designs on them somewhere. But I think that they are going to resemble the visuals that we get for the Scarlet and Violet versions, with the Scarlet version being more angular, like a sliced open orange, and then also with the Violet one being a more rounded and cool toned.
Yeah,
legendary, like a grape. But if you look at, I don't know if you saw my analysis video on it.
Yeah.
But I showed that on the Japanese version, when the logos explode, there's like these shards in the shape of triangles all over the Scarlet version with its orange and red aesthetic, right? So that's gonna be like a harder edged, cool looking Pokemon, right? And then I think because they had, like, on the Violet one when it exploded, it went to this like really rounded, floral, easy to look at bouquet of little circles and bubbles, which it also resembles grapes too. But I think we're going to see more of a just like a more rounded and more laid back looking legendary on that side with cooler tones and all.
I would like to see that I don't know, the contrast between the two legendaries. I think with Sword and Shield, I was not a fan of the legendaries. To me,
Yeah,
they were
me
the
neither.
same thing.
Yeah.
To me, they were the same thing. I'm trying to think of.
And neither had a particularly good design, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I get there are some people out there that like it. Maybe they're
Yeah.
just really into doggos, but like I feel like that Pokemon was a Pokemon we've seen so many times, but like made it even more boring somehow.
Yeah. It just
Like, oh, it has a sword in its mouth.
My favorite legendary, like box legendaries, are the ones that are like so different. I think of Kyogre and Groudon.
Yeah, so different.
So good, so good.
And or Dialga Palkia, where they look similar in the fact that they both look like space creatures, but they're so different otherwise. Like Palkia is more rounded, Dialga is more angular, and then the color variations also are different. One's a diamond, one's a pearl as well. All that.
Yeah. And then also like this is kind of to your point about like the soft and the edgy legendary contrast. I think of Pokemon Black and White, right? Truth, ideals, you have something like, I feel like Zekrom is so like optimized with like technology. It looks like it has a turbine on the back of it. Where Reshiram, its design is more like
natural,
soft, angelic. Yeah, it looks
It also looks more organic.
World. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get something more like this, and that actually brings me into like the parallel theory to the orange and grape theory. I don't know how else to say it. It sounds silly, but like that Scarlet is going to be based on tradition in the past, and Violet is going to be more futuristic. I love this. Right? People have been thinking about Pokemon past and future for so long. That's a fan name that I've heard forever, and I kind of like that it's not so on the nose. But if that's actually what this is about, I think there's a lot of room for to make each of these games feel like different games, right?
Yeah, I think I followed that train of thought. You're saying that
have you heard of that?
I've heard some people talk about the games somehow having to do with past and future. I don't know if it's because they just finished playing Legends and that obviously had something to do with time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, for me, I guess I look at I don't, I'm talking off the top of my head. I've seen stuff. I've seen evidence. I don't have it up right now, but pretty much the theory goes, or at least the one that I can see right now with the logos. Scarlet looks more looks like an emblem. It looks like more traditional handwriting. It's stylized. Where Violet looks streamlined. It looks like something you'd see in an advertisement. I think also like. Anyways, I don't have the other evidence in front of me, but I think that would be a cool theory.
The fonts are different. I don't remember.
Yeah, of Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Whoops.
But anyways, so going on. So we have this other 4chan rumor. It says schools in Scarlet will be based on oranges, schools in Violet based on grapes. We just talked about that. And then schools enforce side quests to graduate. So there's gyms, Elite Four, and champions still in the games. I guess I could see school being the basis of all of this, as long as you're not like, as long as like everything you do in the game isn't restricted. It's not like, as long as I don't feel like I'm playing like make believe at recess, Like if my character is from school and ventures out into the world, like I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. And it's plausible. Again, like we know the character's outfit. We talked about that. And I think it's something that wouldn't be too far off of what we know, which is the Pokemon League, and that has a structure. So like school kind of mixing with the Pokemon League could make sense.
Yeah.
And I can see like giving structure to like side quests and stuff too.
Yeah, there's like a bulletin board. It's like, help me find my lost Sprigatito. Right? Like, anyways, so the next post, it says, trainers rivals from opposing school. What is this, a copy of the previous thing? This says, region champion is based on Gaudi, Basilica?
Basilica?
Yeah, Basilica Architect, yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, me too.
Basilica Architect.
I'm gonna learn so much with the Spanish region. I actually, my friends and I are planning a trip to Japan. We planned it like 2 years ago. 2023 was the date. I'm hoping the world is a safer place in a year from now, but maybe we go to Spain.
Wait, what?
My friends and I, we want to go to Japan. We want to go next year. You know, we planned it in 2020. We're hoping the world.
You're gonna
is a
go to
safer
Spain
place.
instead?
Maybe. I mean,
Oh
Japan would be sick, but I want to learn about this game.
I'm not gonna lie, like seeing Barcelona does make me really want to go there. But I still think Tokyo is my number one.
Yeah, me too.
I think.
Johnny, maybe we'll invite you on the trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're coming to New York first anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, we have to get you up in the mountains in New Hampshire, the White Mountains.
Sure.
Yeah. So this architecture seems to be super. It looks like a church. Like it looks.
Yeah.
That's
so
what I think of.
It's heavily associated with Catholicism, which is what we were talking about earlier. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. And that makes sense. I guess it makes sense that the Regions Champion would be based off of an architect for these beautiful visuals we'll be seeing all game, you know? So that would be really cool, actually.
It's pretty. And then you're talking about the stained glass. What were you talking about? The UI of the battle?
Yes, if it was stained glass, then that would also go with Catholicism, because Catholic churches typically have stained glass. Yeah. I mean, that's what popularized it, I believe.
For sure.
Catholicism. But yeah.
So it says the antagonist team, loosely based on the black legend of España, stole goods and treasures from Spanish ships and opposed Catholicism religion in Spain. Very philosophical. Like, it's all coming back to Catholicism. My dad's going to be happy. He's going to be like, oh, there's a lot of Catholicism in Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess my mom would be too. My mom's Catholic. Although she's like, loosely, very, very insanely loosely.
Yeah,
I can't stress enough the loose part of Catholic, but
likes all the good stuff, denounces the bad stuff. All right,
but what I was gonna say was there is a symbol in the live action portion of the trailer that looks like either a web or a fishnet. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. It was all white on like a black chair.
Yeah.
So if this is based off the black legend of España, stole goods and treasures from Spanish ships and opposed Catholic religion in Spain, then that would be confirming that that's more of a fishnet than a web, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says dark type Pokemon based on El Coco carries a black bag and has long black hair covering most of its body. Is that the Chupacabra?
Maybe.
And
no, I think this is something different.
Yeah. Let me look it up. It sounds like a
Carries
werewolf.
A black bag and has
oh no, it looks like a demon.
El Coco? Yeah,
that's freaky. That's freaky.
Oh, I love it. So that could be the shadow Pokemon that we saw in the live action segment of the trailer too.
Yeah, maybe.
Whoa, that would be sick.
That'd be really cool. I'll put up some. Maybe I'll put up some fan art of what an El Coco Pokemon could look like.
If they do a reveal trailer for this Pokemon, it would probably go back to that live actions portion of the trailer and show the guy finding that shadow and seeing this Pokemon. Wow, this is scary. I love it.
Yeah, that's what type so just dark type it says, but I mean maybe do you think there could be like a dual typing in there?
Well, dark and ghost. Not very original. Not very original, but it would be there.
All right. Then continuing, it says there's a Fire Phoenix pseudo legendary in Scarlet, and it's going to be Poison and Dragon. Oh, wait, Fire Phoenix pseudo in Scarlet and Poison Dragon pseudo in Violet. So 2 pseudo legendary Pokemon. That's cool. We haven't seen that since Hoenn, since Gen 3. Phoenix, that's cool. Dragons are always cool. That doesn't really give us much information to work off of. Poison Dragon type, Fire Phoenix. Okay.
Oh, these are pseudo legendaries, not even the box legendaries.
Yeah.
So these would be like the Tyranitar / Dragonite.
Exactly, yeah. In Gen 3, there was Metagross and Salamence. Both of those had the 600 PST. Yeah, anyone who doesn't know, like a pseudo legendary is what we refer to That's how we refer to a Pokemon that has 600 base stat total. And usually there's only one per generation. So it's Dragonite Gen 1, Tyranitar Gen 2, Salamence,
Gen 3 had 2.
Metagross, yeah, and so on.
Yeah, and then also, I think the last one was Dragapult, was its name, the final evolution.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So
and then let's see. And then it says there's a Bronzor. Oh, here we go. There's a Bronzor variant. It's Ghost and Grass type.
Ooh.
Interesting. I don't know what that could be based on. Grass type. And then there's a new Siren Pokemon, and it's going to be Ghost and Fairy type. So think of like Primarina. And then new Ghost Witch Pokemon. And a Grass Baby Troll Pokemon evolves into Giant Troll, Grass, and Normal type. That's weird. That's weird. I'm thinking kind of like Munchlax, Snorlax. But Ghost Witch. It's very, very vague. There's not really much to go off of here.
Yeah, the Ghost Witchmon, though, that does sound like plausible to my theory of thinking that symbol for the evil team was that web.
Yeah.
Because I kind of tied that into like witchcraft and
that's
like
cool,
Halloween and stuff. But I mean,
that's
hey,
cool.
I mean, so far this leak is way more plausible than the other one. So
yeah, they're actually giving us some like fun stuff to work with.
Yeah.
We do have I think Mischievous is based on a ghost, or obviously it's based on a ghost.
Yeah,
based on a witch.
Yeah, and it has like the hair, which is where witches' powers come from. So.
Yeah. All right, and then we got the three-legged dark psychic dog. Oh no.
Okay, that would be cool.
Three-legged dark psychic dog, normal dragon with big mouth, and then Ice Fairy Cyclops, and this is the legendary trio.
This is the part of the leak where they seem to stop caring.
Yeah, they just
the way that they just talked about these Pokemon.
Three-legged dark psychic dog. I bet that has some sort of inspiration. I feel like that could be like a mythological thing that I just don't know about.
I wonder if it would have anything to. No, it's 3 legs, not 3 heads. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was not even in Spanish.
Yeah, maybe that is what it means. Three-headed dog would make way more sense. And then we got the new battle mechanic, and this is cool. This is something that I'm really thinking about. I want to make a video about this.
Hey, this was also similar to my theory. Whoa.
Oh, I haven't read it yet. New battle mechanic equals the Glass Vidrio Crystal, and it gives Mons resistance to certain weaknesses or weakness types. Very similar to Crystal Onyx. That's cool.
So my theory was that the mechanic was going to be having to do with complementary types, because there's like a color wheel looking thing in the center of that Barcelona town where it has the types with their colors. And then also, there was a bunch of other proof, diamonds reflect all colors, things like that. So I thought that it would be that you would be able to change the typing of your Pokemon at least once a fight, like one Pokemon per fight or something like that.
Would it be in battle?
Moves or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like a Mega Evolution. How you can use it once per battle or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But this works too.
Yeah, this is cool. I kind of saw it like as the inverse way where you're actually, I guess. They're framing this as like you're covering your weakness, but I look at it more as like almost adding a stab attack, a same type attack bonus. Type, you're adding almost a third type, or I guess you could just replace a type like this. But I look at it as more of an offensive way. Like my theory that I thought would be really cool. And this is when Pokemon was getting very stagnant in like Gen 7. I was like, I would love a Pokemon game or a feature where you can breed, let's say, Pikachu and Vulpix, and now you have a Pikachu that has a dual fire type, right? Just as because it's like that's the mother or that's the father, right? They should inherit. I think that'd be so cool to inherit that type, and then maybe it gets like a slight color variation. And this seems to be along the lines of that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea too. I like all of it. I think it's all a much better gimmick than something like Mega Evolution and Z moves and Dynamax. Well, anything's better than Dynamax in my opinion, at least visuals wise.
Yeah, Dynamax could have been cooler. I do like the thing that I like about Dynamax is that it like in competitive, you can boost anything at any time. I like that.
So like that, the like mechanic aspect of it is good, but the visual aspect. I wasn't a big fan. It was so weird seeing the Pokemon blown up.
Yeah.
Large sizes.
Yeah, it made sense, I guess, a little bit with like the stadium feel, but in reality, it was just like, I don't know, it felt like an illusion. It felt like it was not real, and I'm a purist when it comes to Pokemon, so I want Pokemon to be real or feel
and be their
real.
actual sizes and stuff. Yeah, that's how I am. Anything that breaks immersion is what I end up having issues with.
Yeah, it always sounds silly when you're talking about breaking immersion when it's like fiction.
Yeah, right. It does sound silly, but like when you're playing a video game, there is such thing as breaking immersion for the player. And that's just one of those things that did it for me every time it happened.
So just this morning, we do have another tweet from Riddler, who this guy's been credible for Pokemon leaks throughout the entire Sinnoh revival era, right? BDSP and Pokemon Legends Arceus. This guy has gotten every single thing right if you're out of the loop. And I guess what he's trying to say here, his tweet is, Titan soon, considering that too many ungrateful children like talking stuff will control this. Okay, he's just, so I'm going to retire from this field in the future.
Goodness.
I stuttered because I didn't want to swear.
Doing us all a favor, though, Mr. Koo. Please. He was one of the most unenjoyable leakers I think I've ever had the displeasure of keeping up with.
Yeah, other than the fact that everything he said turned out to be real.
Yeah, so like everything he said was real, right? That part's great. But the fact that the way he fed us the information and the way that he made a lot of his broadcast of the information, just like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like a theatrical performance with him arguing with other.
I felt like so if there is a Kanye in the Pokemon arena, it's Riddler 100%. The guy's trying to fight everyone.
Yeah, he's trying to fight everyone. He blocked me on.
Oh, you should put that on your LinkedIn.
I'm dead. Yeah, and I guess he saw my video. I made a video, and in the video, I said something about him in it, and he blocked me on Twitter. Yeah.
Well, it seems like, hats off to him. He's helped me out, right? He's helped out both of us. It's great to get this kind of insight early on, before a game actually comes out. It's a lot of fun. It adds to a lot of the fun of covering this stuff. But it seems like his time's coming to an end. I guess like the way this works is like someone will work on a project and they have insight only up to a certain point, and then then they're hands off for whatever comes next.
Yeah, and especially with Game Freak, we know that they switch out their people a lot on their projects, so he must have been involved somehow, or involved with someone who was somehow involved with.
For the future of Pokemon, rumors and leaks, if it's not going to be Riddler Coup, surely someone else is going to pop up. There's always been someone willing to deliver the information, but I feel like sometimes I'm like, could Game Freak or Nintendo or the Pokemon Company want to leak some of this information to drum up hype?
I was wondering if he was like actually a puppet, but then he like was very inappropriate, so I don't think he was.
Yeah, it's just like the news, the information comes out just too reliably. So I never, that's always what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna find the next credible leaker, and that's gonna be the person we ride with, and let's just hope that it's a better person this time.
Yeah, hopefully. Should we give Centro another chance?
I mean, Centro is fine for me. I have no qualms with Centro. Yeah. Then again, they
I just hope the information's right.
Right. The thing with Centro is they never get their own info, so it's always like word of mouth from others. And so they will say at the beginning of a lot of their tweets and whatever platform they're showing on that, this is a credible leaker, or this is a non-credible leaker, or this is a data mine, or this is something else, So, you really have to analyze the facts when looking on Centro to see what would be credible and what wouldn't be. And Centro is very aware of that. So.
Yeah, hopefully. So, I mean, if you, speaking of analyzing, if you want to get the most out of every single Pokemon trailer that drops, head on over to Johto Jonny's channel. His information is going to be in the link in the description, but also in the title. This guy has got the best analysis that I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks, Dusty. And you have the best leak analysis that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan like everyone else. I'm just here to geek out.
Yeah, I love your breakdowns of the leaks. You're like the only leak breakdown YouTuber that I watch. Okay, you and maybe Ruffle Rowlet.
Hey, okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys cover leaks in such a fun way. So
yeah, that's what it should be fun. It should be fun, right? I'm down for criticism, but some people are like, it's the end of the world. So I like to keep Pokemon fun. But thanks so much for coming on the show, man. I think we're gonna be doing a show on your channel in a couple days. I'm looking forward to doing that. If you enjoyed this conversation, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck hunting.